Thorzain best of 7. But, or first of 7, whichever. So, already we're spawning into the map now. So this is, of course, Daybreak. It is game 3 of this series. And in the bottom left, we have our Protoss player, Elfi. This is, of course, tied 1-1 in a best-of-5 series, so these guys have plenty of time to get things going. We're going to see if actually he decides to go for the late game again, or if he's going to pull something out of the hat to surprise us all, Thorzain including, just because he needs to put that pressure on early. But as we see, his opponent is right here. EG's Thorzain, still sitting pretty, still doing a good job, and has collected 1 head already. We'll see if he can collect another 2 to claim victory. But for the time being, these guys seem to be just going standard as could be.
Yeah. Very impressed with Elfi's performance so far. He's already netted, well, both of them have netted a guaranteed $2,000 to the bank through finishing in 2nd place. It does double up though. 1st place is going to grab $4,000. So this best of 5, the difference between it, $2,000. That is a lot of money for this best of 5 that they're playing right now. But I guarantee you, from personal experience, through questions, through interviews, they are not thinking about the money right now. They have no idea about the money. That is not being thought about whatsoever as Elfi takes his gas. Unlike Thorzain for the first time in this game, who was not taking his gas and will be playing a little bit more standard. But I like the way that Thorzain's approaching this, playing, you know, opening up with a very aggressive play in number 1, faking out aggression in number 2, and then playing a very greedy play with his engineering base. And then playing standard game number 3. So Thorzain's mixing it up, and that is the true way to be a champion. I think Lucifron, with his interview with Too Good, stated the reason why MVP is probably the best in the world playing Terran is because he can play any style at any given time on any map. You name it, he can do it, and it makes you very unpredictable. You don't know if an all-in's coming. You don't know if he's going to play macro. But if you can do it all, then you are a very, very scary opponent.
There's no doubt about it. Unpredictability is a massive tool to have, or advantage to have going into these matches, seeing as how if your opponent can read you like a book, you're in a bit of trouble. So Elfi used to have that reputation going into this. Now he's seeing, he's demonstrating that he is actually becoming a more standard and solid player all around, what with all the hard work he's been putting into the game. For the time being, however, we have Thorzain getting a bit of a scout off in Elfi's base, so he's just checking to make sure that everything's up to snuff. And there is a Zealot out on the way, as well as a Stalker now. So changing things up again here, Elfi is as well. He does have his probe on the forward Nexus, forward Nexus, forward... damn, I'm blanking on... Oh, Xel'Naga Cavern, Xel'Naga...
You're getting that tower.
Xel'Naga Tower, there we go.
Tries to help you out.
Xel'Naga Tower. Thanks, IDBC. Sometimes you just blank on a word and...
I say that name and just didn't really think about it as well. Remember, Adabisi is the observer for this tournament. He's joined us here in Sweden.
Adabisi, you sack of shit.
You'll start to go crazy. You'll send the camera off again. All right. So, anyway, Nexus is coming down here once again by Elfi. He did, you know, build a Zealot Stalker, continuing to chrono boost into the Nexus and just get those probes out. Likewise, Thorzain using a build that he's been using a lot or has been using a lot in the past. I think this is his staple build from a long time ago, but the only difference is he went reactor first here instead of Tech Lab. Reactor first, basically what it means. All right, hold on, I got a burp. I don't need a burp, it just kind of felt like it, but it's gone.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to embrace it. You just got to say it's coming.
It's coming, man.
It's coming,
just
but
accept it.
It didn't actually happen. But I got 2 things to say. Quick, back to Thorzain. Thorzain reactor first over Tech Lab means that he's going to get a lot more units out fast to protect against any gateway play. Because if you go Tech Lab first, you can't get the stim out in time if a gateway play was to come. But if you get the reactor out first, you can actually go ahead and have more Marines out to defend. But at the other time, Elfi has gone Twilight, I think, and I'm quite sure here that he's going DTs. He's going to open up with DTs to try to punish Thorzain. If he does not have turrets down, maybe we may even see a Warp Prison mate too. But Elfi's going to do it. He's going to punish. He's going to smack Thorzain in the face where it hurts. Where is that Dark Shrine, Elfi? Show it to me. Where are you going to do it? You don't get a Twilight Council that early on. Oh, that's what you're going to do.
He's going Zealot Archon early.
This is going to be a 2-base push with Templar. If I remember, I think it was Elfi against Tasia. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was Elfi against Tasia. Yes, it was. Yes. Thank you, Adabisi. For DreamHack Valencia, Elfi did this against Tasia. And going for this play, he's going to go for this massive, super fast 2-base storm attack. And it is deadly if you don't know what it is. But I don't know if Thorzain's played against this before.
Will Thorzain have seen this before? This isn't something very common. And this is actually coming about a bit back to Elfi's roots, where now he's just going to throw a curveball and see if Thorzain can catch it.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to be quite a treat, guys. We had TLO pulling this kind of crazy stuff before. Now we have Elfi living up to his name as well, who's actually going to be demonstrating some sick plays. We do have a Marine making his way around. So Thorzain, you know, just trying to cover all the bases, make sure that he has a presence out on the map and can see any kind of funky stuff coming. But for the time being, Elfi does have his infrastructure up and running now. He is getting a robo as well. So is that for a warp prism to be able to reinforce these units, or what would that be? An observer?
Yeah, it can be an observer to kind of find out. If remember, there could be still Banshees coming out at the same time. You know, he wants to be super safe. Can't just go ahead and lose. Observer is going to give him the sight ahead of this Templar to Storm. He can easily fall back and expand from this too. You know, it's not necessarily a 2-base all-in, it's just 2-base Templar early on. But the likelihood of the all-in is a lot stronger than the actual third base being taken. Think about it, there's no forges down, he's fallen behind. He's thrown down extra gateways, but only 2 extra gateways, so he's on a total of 5 at the moment. And he hasn't invested too much money in building a massive army yet. At the same time, like I said, it can be very defensive, it can be for a faster third base. But the longer this goes on, and the longer that third base is not present, not with us, the more likely it's going to be for additional gateways. And there they do come, more gateways coming down, and Elfi's going to go for a scan, destroys that observer. But Thorzain still, without a scan in the main base of Elfi, does not know what he's playing against. A Marine.
Oh, and he sees it all.
Sees it, and Thorzain should probably back off, throw down a Ghost Academy immediately, and say, "Holy cow!"
Yeah, he sees it.
That's
He's got the Ghost Academy
Templar.
down. Yeah, he's got the Ghost Academy down. That's actually unfortunate because that was the Marine that was patrolling on the third base position for Elfi. And so had he sent a Stalker down there, he could have negated that, but it just looks like the Marine is going to be able to get the full scout off, and that's actually quite game-changing here because now Thorzain sees the punch coming. He sees that curveball. He knows it's a curveball, and now he's going to be ready for it. So now it's really okay. So we do have a second observer out. He knows where Thorzain's army is. Elfi, that is.
He may not be quite ready for it. I mean, he knows it's coming, but the reaction's there from Thorzain, but it's going to take time to get Mobius Rector and the Ghosts out because he doesn't have that many tech labs either. And Elfi's still going to go. Remember, every second it ticks by, Elfi gets more and more money from, more and more energy from this.
It looks like Thorzain's actually trying to hit him before he actually gets to the base. No, okay, he's going to stim away. 1 force field goes down, 2 force fields. Nice force fields here, so already getting a good chunk of Thorzain's units. Every unit counts in this sort of situation. You need everything for a defensive and all-in like this. But it looks like Elfi is going to be moving out. He's already got his Zealots on the way as well, and he's already planting those forward pylons. And so now, when is this going to happen? It's going to happen any second.
Elfi's so weird. He throws down double forge after all this, so he's not trying to just kill out Thorzain, even though he has the possibility to do it. But we'll see. As the High Templar already, let's see if Elfi can execute this off. The High Templar already, there are no ghosts out yet. Only the first 2 are being made. There's so many storms available. There's a bunch of bunkers being made. Take cover, my friend, because the storm is coming.
Oh, here we go. The Zealots going in. Nice storms already on the main force, and now these bunkers are not long for this world. There are so many Zealots here, and they shred them in a heartbeat. We have more and more storms raining in. So much saved energy here from Elfi. This is massive AoE damage raining down on E.G. Thorzain's force, and his entire army has just disappeared. There are so many Zealots still left, and that is it. Despite the fact that Thorzain saw it coming, he was not able to defend.
He didn't see it early enough. He didn't have enough time to get the Ghost Academy and Mobius Reactor.